morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And you know what's coming. We're back once again with an episode from your host here at Top Tier Talk. Getting straight into it. Arsenal start their week off with a tough loss against a dominant Liverpool, but make their superb return with a 1-0 win against the Villa. A hammer to the Watford Hearts as Leeds win 3-2 over the Wolves, lowering the mighty Horns' chances and staying in the Premier League. Tottenham managed to secure 2 juicy wins over the Brighton and the West Ham, putting them in the driver's seat for the top 4 place. United once again breaking their fans' hearts as they drop out the Champions League with a 1-0 defeat against Atletico, whereas Chelsea through to the next round with a 2-1 win over Lille, with Real Madrid lined up for the quarterfinals. Let's get into it. So, boys, I want to start with Chavez and United because it seems to be, let's get the depression out the way first, okay?
Yeah.
Because then we can go into our Arsenal performances and Tottenham performances. All right? So, Chavez, start us off. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I remember after the Spurs game, I was quite negative because the performance in itself wasn't very good. And, well, there you go now. We're out of the Champions League. And weirdly enough, we actually played well in the first half. I thought the football was good. Second half, it was just a bit of a shambles. One thing I will say is these players now, it's come a time now where I think we might have to start selling some players because Rashford, I mentioned he played about 15 bad games in a row coming into Tottenham. And now, again, he came on, did absolutely nothing. Everything he did was wrong. It just felt like, that felt like it for the first time ever in the Champions League that Atletico Madrid made 6 substitutions and Rashford was their 6th. He played left wing back for them. It was brilliant. Every time he got the ball, Atletico, they were set because they knew they'd get the ball back straight away. I can't believe a player can deteriorate that badly. And it's weird because Rashford might actually be one of the rarest players ever. He might be a player that is going to have his peak at 19. That's it. He's done his peak. He's passed it. And that's it now for him. He's actually finished. It's really strange to think. Besides that, I'm trying to think of anything good that happened. Can we take positives? The players are all on holiday now. Just want to send out a message to them. I hope they enjoy their holidays. Yeah, warranted.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Speaking of Rashford, I remember there was a lot of transfer talk over that guy coming towards, for starters, Arsenal. So let's say, for example, he does go in the summer. Would you be proud of that, or would you be because you could get a little bit of money off him, couldn't you?
Yeah, we could get money. I think people would take Rashford. Honestly, he's got all the. I think with Rashford, he's got all the physical ability of being a footballer. His body. He seems like he has muscle. He's got technique. Whatever. I think it's his brain that lets him down. His footballing decision making is horrendous. I think it's one of the worst I've ever seen. I see players in different teams, wingers, and they make better decisions than him. And then on the other wing, we've got Sancho, who shows that he can make a good decision. So it's quite rare for us to see a winger making good decisions in those final moments. And we've got that with Sancho. But with Rashford, he's not learned. Usually a player that is like Rashford. And actually, one thing he actually did improve, as in he got his body built. He used to be quite skinny. He's got to that level there. But in the brain, he's just, I don't want to say it, but he's not really improved, has he?
Do you reckon it's going to be a case of sorry, Dan, I was just going to very quickly say.
Go.
I was just going to quickly say, do you reckon it could be a case of it's team related as well? Because I know, for example, I hate to bring it up, but when some players they play for a club and they're not really performing, but as soon as they go to a different league or different team, they're just absolutely on the ball game for it. So do you reckon, let's say, for example, Rashford goes either international or goes to a different Premier League club, do you reckon that could change him, or do you reckon it might be the same?
I think it would actually be a good move for him to leave. I was saying a lot of these players, they are for example, Sancho. I think if he moved, he won't, but if he moved, he'd actually be for example, you mentioned Rashford. If he was in the Liverpool system, do you really see him failing in that? I don't see. It's just it depends on the foundation of the club, doesn't it? Which is why I think we're not actually savable. I was saying I was having proper deep thoughts after the game. I wasn't actually thinking, we've lost this and that. I think, what this defeat means, we haven't actually acknowledged it yet. What this for me means is that I don't think we're going to play another Champions League game until October 2024, because I don't think we're going to get it this season. I've already said that quite early on. I don't think the manager that comes in next season is going to get us top 4 within his first season. It's a very difficult job to settle in. He's not going to do it. I personally don't see he's going to need a year. Whoever it is, Poch, Ten Hag, who's got a great foundation at Ajax, he's going to come into this mess. He's not going to do it in a season. So 2024, October for our next game. And if you look beyond that even further, with the Super League that's going to again be promoted, if everyone goes for it, this might have been Manchester United Football Club's last game in the Champions League in history, if that Super League goes ahead.
Sad.
And that was also probably Ronaldo's last game in Champions League history, because if we don't get UCL this season, which again, personally do not see that happening, Ronaldo isn't going to go to a UCL team I don't think he's going to leave the season in the summer. So a lot of sad endings in that game, and it's terrible, isn't it? Where are you going? Think of it. Where are you going to be in 2024?
Yeah, good question.
It's terrible. I'm going to have to wait that long.
But yeah, Dan, you had a question. Sorry, I'll go on, Chris.
I was just going to say, do you think a lot of the problems in Man United's team is due to like low confidence? Because that's the impression I get from Rashford at the moment. Like, especially with the thing of the fan the other day, like there's a lot of issues at Man United off the pitch as well. Do you think, how much do you think that part?
One thing I suppose that's different between Man United players now and Man United players back in the day is that the players now have social media, so they can see all the sort of abuse they get, and they don't need to have a fan in their face to tell them what they're doing wrong, because it's all online. I mean, you've seen it. Players get racially abused on a constant. Maybe that's one thing where the pressure is so easy to access. All a player has to do is go on his phone and go on Twitter, and you can see all the pressure from pundits, news, fans. But players back in the day, they didn't really have that. But I don't think it's any excuse, because a lot of these players have proven that they're very good. Rashford at his best, all these players at their best are very good players, but it's all collectively just gone to shit, hasn't it, for us? So it's all.
Chavez, I want to say something. So I remember, was it summertime? You said Rashford, he's got was it operation on his shoulder? He has a shoulder injury. He's going to come back better. It obviously hasn't worked out, has it? What would you want to do with Rashford? Would you like to sell him? Would you like to keep him? Do you think it's just maybe he needs to be out of the team for a bit? Like, what would you, as a fan, because he was a prized asset for you guys like a year ago.
I don't think Rashford. Yeah, I don't think Rashford will ever leave the club unless he was somehow forced to, or if he got, I don't know, an injury or something, because he's too loyal to the club. For him, if I was Rashford and I was actually looking at my career as what am I doing right now, I would leave. But again, as any United player, I would leave, even though I'm a Man United fan. If they're actually thinking of trophies and accolades and winning things and getting into that England squad, he's not in the England squad now, and that's in danger. I don't know why Sancho's not in it, but again, Sancho's not in the England squad, which is mental. And that's because they're at Man United. But I mean, I'm a Man United fan. If I imagine myself in a position where I was in Rashford's, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be in a predicament, because career-wise, I should leave, because I'll get into a team that has a system that works, because United, we don't have a system. But he's a fan, so I think he'll stay. And we're not going to sell him. So
I'm going to follow up to that. Where would Rashford, I'm going to ask you, where do you think he could go? How much would he be? And that's another thing on the fee as well.
How old is he at the moment?
24.
20, yeah.
Still young. Still got a football good foundation ability in football.
He is 24. That was sort of my point. Chavez tapped on his sort of skill set and stuff. He's got like the perfect skill set. Just obviously without the mental aspect of the game. He's young. He's English. So if he does go to an English side, he's almost got all the boxes ticked in regards. He doesn't take up
English tax.
He doesn't take a massive detriment on the squad, because obviously the English quota. If he goes abroad, then you look at other English players that have gone abroad, like Tammy, for example, or
Sancho as well, lost like a couple.
Yeah, Sancho on Mount's loan when he was young and stuff like that. They seem to succeed.
I think players that leave Man United in general, if you look at the history of it, a lot of them are doing well. I mean, Di Maria at PSG, Blind at Ajax, who thought he'd be doing brilliantly. There's a lot of players. I mean, you could probably name a few as well, but it's almost like it's toxic, just top, bottom down. And it's getting to the point now where we're all excited about Ten Hag being a possibility, but Ten Hag coming in, it's going to be a shit show for him to deal with all of what's going on, because his foundations and what he's at an Ajax club that is run top down, bottom. Everyone knows what they want from Ajax Football Club and how to play. He's going to come into a Man United team where the owners are more worried about NFL. The pundits, who are all Man United fans, have a big influence on the club and how things happen in there. There's a bit of it's almost like nepotism, but not with children, but with like ex-players. There's a lot going on that is wrong. And then there's players that have been signed that don't fit the system that needs to be played. Bruno Fernandes is a big one, where if Ten Hag comes in, I don't think Bruno Fernandes fits in a Ten Hag system at all. I think,
it's sad actually. Like, even coming from an Arsenal fan, I'm presuming from a Watford and Spurs fan, and even when I'm coming from a Chelsea fan, it's funny, but it's sad as well at the same time. From a footballer's point of view, because 10, 15 years ago, this team was absolutely dominant. Sir Alex Ferguson running the team.
Yeah, but that's also, if you look at it, that's football. No team goes.
Oh no, 100% agree that, but it's still
period of dominance.
I take your point though.
I see where you're coming from.
It's like seeing Ronaldo go through a peak, and then when he declines, you're like, that's sad, because he do you know what I mean?
But then again, he declines and ends up at United. It's just it's all going wrong for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Man City was though. was the best.
Yeah,
option.
and like another thing we I guess need to do. I hope the next manager that comes in isn't a Maguire fan like Ranić seems to be. I hope he gets stripped of the captaincy, even for his own good. It's not. This isn't Maguire hate, but I think even deep down, Harry Maguire would agree that he doesn't need to be the Man United captain to be at Man United. With him, the reason I have an issue with him being captain is that he gets to start games when he doesn't deserve to. He shouldn't have played against Atletico. He played. I'm not saying it was his fault that game because there was all sorts that went wrong. But yeah, it was. He just shouldn't be playing. He should have been by your Lindelof.
And then on
Managers
the
like
other
him,
side of
don't
the
they?
coin, well, I think it's more of the board. But on the other side of the coin, do you think that he was given the captaincy because he was going through such a struggle? The fans were hating on him. The media were hating on him. It was sort of a take this confidence boost, try anything to try and make him improve. Do you know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's an £80 million centre back who it would have made sense to give him captaincy, I guess, at the time because we didn't have Ronaldo or Bruno. I think he was made captain right before Bruno joined. But again, you think of it, even now De Gea is almost like, who do we give captaincy to? Because all these players that
you can't give it to
Can't
a
promise
keeper.
their future. No, you can, but you can't promise their future.
you give it
I think
to De
centre back
Gea.
or midfielder. I think centre back.
Yeah,
Okay,
you give-
I don't agree with captains being goalkeepers just because of if any issues up the other end of the pitch. They
Come on,
can't.
Hugo Lloris, what a captain he is.
He's dodgy.
But you give it.
He's a
I'm
World
saying.
Cup winner.
I mean more
Oh,
towards
he's a World Cup winner.
what player has their position guaranteed in the team. I don't think anyone does because even De Gea now, it's getting on a bit with how
Ronaldo, maybe.
he's not commanding his box. He doesn't do it that way. Ronaldo can't start every game. I still don't think he'd start in games against Liverpool and City. He shouldn't. Maybe he might. But Bruno's been tragic. He doesn't fit whatever Ranić's trying to do right now. Someone needs to tell him that he needs to keep the ball a bit more. Yeah, who's the consistent player? Maybe Varane, and he's only been here half a season.
He's not fit. He's not fit.
There's no other choice, really, is it? I don't know.
But yeah, our season.
It's got to be a Scott McTominay or a Fred or something.
So
Don't
always
put Fred
there.
as your captain. No, you dare put Fred as your captain.
we're in that phase of the season now where the rest of these games will probably win a few. It will seem like we could get top four. It'll give us some false hope, give us something to look towards. But realistically, for Man United fans, these games are preseason games. These games mean nothing at all. The ones coming up in the Premier League, we're not going to win a trophy from them. We should be winning trophies. We're at that stage now at the end of that rebuild that we did. It seems like we're going to have to do a rebuild upon a rebuild because a lot of these players are going to leave. They're on holiday right now, enjoying themselves. Again, nothing against footballers having lives, but I've heard other Premier League team footballers are training, which is damning on the players. Cavani, for example, he'll probably ask for an extra few days after this holiday's over. There's a lot of things that are going wrong, and we're always in the news every day. That's what Man United is right now. Negativity upon negativity upon negativity. And it starts with removing the Glazers from the club. That's not going to happen because they're the owners, they remove themselves if they want to.
That's it.
I don't think the next manager is going to save us. He won't get us Champions League next season. So
Tough accusation. But Dan, well, moving on to a little bit more, well, I wouldn't say happy, but a little bit more less depression from a football fan. But Daniel, I just wanted to touch on you, mate. Leeds 3-2.
I'm going to start you off. Watford didn't lose this weekend.
So they didn't play this weekend. They got.
Did we lose? Did we lose?
Okay,
we didn't lose. We didn't
I
lose.
haven't lost
did
in
want to
2
touch
weeks.
at you.
Yeah, we haven't lost in 2
2
weeks. Amazing.
3-2, Dan. So that hits you bad, because then that kind of like puts you in the firing line for a 17th place or 18th place kind of relegation. Place.
Yeah, it is
Not
frustrating.
even
It's
that
frustrating, but again, it's not. We're at the point in the season now where other teams are winning, fair enough, but we are where we are because we've done nothing for the last 29 games. Leeds winning doesn't help us. Everton winning doesn't help us. It is what it is. But I'm presuming you lot haven't looked that deep into it, but I have because Watford fan. One of Everton's games in hand against Burnley, so that's going to be a massive game. And
That's a
on
big
the flip side to that, we've still got to play Leeds at home, Brentford at home, Burnley at home, and Everton at home as well.
Yeah,
so we've got to play all 4 teams that are above us. We've got to play them at home. If
Got to get some points out of all them games somehow.
We need to win all of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, which to pick up what was that? 12 points in 4 games when we've picked up 22 all season out of 29.
It's a big ask.
Yeah, and it's squeezed in between them games. We've still got to play Liverpool and Man City away, so that's going to be a massive hit on the goal difference, as per usual.
I say though, for that Watford team though, as well as you said, those 4 important games to get those 12 points. Dare I say, for the Liverpool and Man City, you should kind of let some youngsters and other people who have never played for the club give them a run up.
No.
Really? Because
we need
those games
goal,
are
goal
for Watford. Yeah, but they're
goal difference is massive. No, but I'd rather lose 2-0 to City than 8-0. Because
okay, but you could play your whole team, get them tired out, and they'd still lose 6-0 to City.
But
or you could play young squads who get a bit of run out.
Looking at it now, so our goal difference is minus 26 with 29 played, which is Norwich is minus 45. So that is awful. So Burnley are 19th, 27 played, so they've got 2 games in hand, but that's minus 16 goal difference. Then us on minus 26. Everton are 3 points ahead, minus 18. Then Leeds, who have played a game more, but have got a minus 33 goal difference. So again, if we lose, say, 5-0 to City and Liverpool, which isn't an outrageous comment, that puts us right in it. That's.
What do you personally think? Do you reckon you can hold on to Premier League?
Again,
Sarr coming back, no? You've got a couple weeks.
He's back in training. He's back in training.
That's what I'm saying. So personally, do you personally think you can stay up?
I'd like to believe so, because it's frustrating because we pull off performances. Like Amir, you watched the Chelsea game. We played well, or Chavez, we beat. Like, it wasn't a 4-1 game, but the actual performance we played well.
Every week it comes back.
No, but even Chris against you
loves it.
Even Chris against you,
Yeah,
or even El against Arsenal a couple of
game.
weeks ago. Yeah, or even El, like a 1-0 and a 3-2. But then we go and lose to Norwich 3-0.
Yeah,
it's frustrating because when we last time we got relegated, when the season we beat United 2-1 and Liverpool 3-0, had we have beaten West Ham and Burnley and lost to United and Liverpool, we would have gained the 6 points and stayed up. We turn up against the big teams.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's same as I saw a tweet the other day and someone was like, our season ended when we lost 2-1 to Brentford. We were winning 1-0 with about 4 minutes to go and we concede 2 goals and lose 2-1.
In typical Watford fashion as well.
They go on and win or they don't lose in like 4 or 5 games on the bounce, and then we still don't pick up wins. And it's like, how far can you go? Like, how far can you go back to go, that's when our season changed? Because we've just been crap all season.
Yes, it seems to be a life of a Watford fan, doesn't it?
We're entertaining for the neutral. I mean, as I said, you lot come to Southampton game. It was a good game of football, just because we can attack well and can't defend.
Yeah, more or less, exactly. As soon as it gets behind Sissoko, you're done for. That's game over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as it gets behind Pedro, Dennis, and Kucho.
Yeah, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like a 50-50 chance of conceding.
You've got a YouTube emergent in goal.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Watford anyway. In a couple of weeks' time, we'll see. We'll reevaluate.
Yeah. After the Liverpool game.
Yes.
Chris, I wanted to touch on you, brother. Spurs.
Oh, you can't get the smile off my face at the moment. I mean, what a week.
You're loving it.
2 straight wins, 6 points in the Premier League. And all of a sudden, for a team that is supposed to lose, like every other game, win, loss, we've actually won 4 out of the last 5 in the Premier League. In between, the loss was the Man United game. And yeah, firstly, we beat Brighton 2-0. Really good performance. It's always nice to see Harry Kane on the score sheet. Well, I say really good performance, but let's be honest, Brighton were terrible. Like, sorry, Brighton fans, if you're watching this. Sorry. You've been on a horrendous run, and I can see why. You were shocking. Like, you gave us so many chances. We didn't play great. We didn't need to. 1-2-0. We were a bit unlucky at the end. Could have got a penalty. Could have been a few more, to be honest. But 2-0, solid enough, clean sheet. At the weekend, Sunday, 4:30 kickoff. Tottenham, West Ham, prime slot for the best team. We won 3-1, and Son brace, Harry Kane, hat-trick of assists. What a player Harry Kane is, by the way.
Yeah, I do have to. As much as it pains me as an Arsenal fan to agree, he is a top player.
Some of his just passing, his playmaking is unreal. He's like our best finisher, our best playmaker. It's insane. Son got a couple of goals and was unlucky for the other goal. Came off Zuma. Sorry, Zuma. Actually, not sorry, Zuma. You kind of deserve it. Son, couple of goals as well.
Zuma shakes cats.
It was a really good performance. It was the best we played, I thought, for quite a while, like in terms of control of the
did
game.
look good.
Everything was just good. The atmosphere was great. Antonio chants popping off. Like it was a brilliant little 3-1 win. I'm very happy. Like with those 2 wins, it's not impossible that we could get top 4. I mean, I still think
you're in the
Arsenal,
driver's seat for it now.
I wouldn't say we're in the driver's seat. I was going to say I think Arsenal's still in the driver's seat, but we have given
you've got a game in hand.
Arsenal are currently 3 points ahead with a game in hand, but we do have to play Arsenal at Tottenham. So if we were to win that game,
us as well.
That's a good game. That'll be a very, very good game. That'll be a very, very important game as well for both teams.
Yeah, it's still yet to be rescheduled. So they're keeping us waiting.
Yeah,
Premier League when
they love it, don't they?
But look, all of a sudden, even like there was a period a couple of games ago where you felt like our season was going to die out. We went out the FA Cup. We were already out the Conference League Cup, gone ages ago. So all we got left is the Premier League. So we really needed to finish well. If we can just have a little consistent run, like I said, we've been in this constant win-loss. Do you know the whole of 2022 since that win at West Ham? We went win-loss, the entire 2022. So completely inconsistent. And the one thing you need for top 4 is inconsistency. Is consistency. Definitely not inconsistency. That's one thing we do have. But yeah, just we need to build on this. I would say in terms of just the games, like even when we lost to Man United, we scored 2 goals. And we scored 2 at Brighton, 3 at home to West Ham. Like we're scoring a lot of goals. Kane and Son are on it. So from a Tottenham perspective, if those 2 can play well, we're always going to have a chance. But yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic.
Yeah, you sound happy about it as well.
I am happy. I can't stop smiling. It's nice to win 2 games in a row for the first time in the whole of 2022. So I'm excited.
Chris, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Question. Harry Kane, you said hat-trick of assists, looking like another great season for him. What do you think his chances of staying next season are now you've got a top-class managers, or what do you think?
I think, personally, if we hadn't got Conte, he would have definitely gone in the summer. Under Nuno, we were just lacking any direction. Antonio Conte's come in, and his relationship with Kane is amazing. They clearly get on well. Kane always speaks highly of him in press conferences and stuff. I do think top 4, if we were to get it, would definitely seal Kane staying. If we come 5th or 6th and get Europa League, I think it could go either way. I would still be inclined to say he'd stay, because I think Tottenham in this transfer window, I know this is weird for a Tottenham fan to say, I think they will spend a bit of money for once.
Cool.
I think they will show. I know, I said it. I'm doubling down on this. And I think and I think with that ambition, even without top 4, he could still stay. I mean, it's possible he could leave if Man City show interest, of course. We know how interested they are and were, but I would be inclined to say he'll stay.
Fair enough.
Brilliant. And what do you think of Son's dive?
Oh yeah, Son's dive was horrendous. But let's just focus on the 2 goals.
I want to talk about the Son dive. You can't have this much positivity from one person. When I'm
but
giving all that
guess who kicked it at Son? Kurt Zuma. So let him off. Come on.
No, I want you to condemn Son's dive, Chris. I want you to say it's not allowed.
Say it was bad one.
It was shocking. It was shocking. Don't get me wrong.
But he scored 2 goals.
Every team. But he did score 2 goals.
Yeah.
I've said that twice already. I'll say it again if you want me to. No, but I would say every team has players that do that. So it's not just Son or just Tottenham. It's everyone.
Of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough, Chris. Yeah, as you say, it's just kind of increasing your chances at top 4 now for a Spurs position. But moving on to the other team that's, as you said, in the driver's seat for the top 4 position, Mighty Gooners. But first, I want to touch on that Liverpool game, because I was watching that, and do you know what it is? I was going into that game an optimistic man, and don't get me wrong, that first half was a good performance from us. I was going into the second half as a high-hoped kind of Martinelli banger or something like that, something out of the cards. And I do have to say that game, Martinelli played fantastically. Anyone else agree? He had Trent in his back pocket the entire game, and I loved it. He was shelling it. Yeah, he was absolutely unreal against Liverpool. He dominated. And what was it? So 2-0. you know what, it's not the end of the world. And I guess Arsenal fans, do you know Arsenal fans at the end of the game, if we lose, everyone's like, that's shit, we need to do better, this, that, the other. Every Arsenal fan after the game was like, do you know what? Hold your hands up. It's 2-0 against Liverpool. You can't, do you know what I mean? And I like that. And it seems to be we're all in good spirits, us fans, because we're actually seeing like a good performance, because then that leads us into the weekend game, 1-0 Villa, a Saka beast goal. Do you know what I mean? We're all loving it. And do you know what? I saw a quote, yeah. Do you remember the old FIFA 13 gimp at Bondahor? Do you know what I mean? Living in FIFA 13 merchant, silver card. He said to us, he's like, when we won, he was like, oh, we celebrated like we won the Champions League. Brother, why are you getting salty that we won a game? Do you know what I mean? We're increasing our chance. This is the first time that Arsenal's probably challenging for top 4 since 2017. Like, it's a huge, huge jump for us. And as you said, Chris, we're in the driver's seat, and we could be challenging Chelsea for 3rd, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Because we still got to play them. So it could be the case of, like, we're still going for it. Because, yes, we're out of the FA Cup. We're out of all the cups. We're out of the Europa League. We have nothing but the Premier League to focus on. So we have a strong foundation of a team. Ramsdale's out now for God knows how long. So it gives Leno a chance to bring himself back into that squad, because he was a rock before Ramsdale came in the squad. So it's kind of sad to see him. So it'd be good to see him back in the squad. Martinelli's ill for a little bit, so we'll have to see what happens with that guy, but he's still a beast. But then that gives Emil Smith Rowe a little bit of leeway as well to go into the team, or Pepe, for example. But as I say, like, going into these next couple of weeks as an Arsenal fan is optimistic, because as you saw, like, 1-0 win against Villa, that's all we need. We need 3 points. Fantastic. Do you know what I mean? We move on. So as you said, Chris, we've got to play you. We've got to play Chelsea. I'm not sure who else we've got to play, but I'm looking forward to it, because like the team's looking good. Like Tomiyasu's got to make a return as well to right back. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you guys know I have an agenda against Cedric. He's kind of like an iffy player.
It's been all right though.
He's been all right, but he's a bit of an iffy player in my eyes. Do you know what I mean? So when Tomiyasu comes back.
I do want to say something. Do you know that Agbonlahor comment? Right. Yeah. So Arsenal this season, for me, they have surprised me quite a lot. I'm not going to hate on Arsenal. I think you lot have been really good this season. And him trying to banter Arsenal for celebrating like that, I thought it's a bit out of order.
His forehead's wham. He's already got enough problems in his life.
But
do you know what I mean?
It's something the media have been doing, haven't they? Just bantering Arsenal.
Bantering Arsenal, yeah. Like, we won.
And Arsenal this season, for me, haven't been a banter club. And the fact that
That's
they're trying
progress.
to find they're trying to find any little thing that Arsenal do and like take the piss out of it. Yeah, I think it's a bit shit. And if it was any other club, if it was Man United defenders celebrating like that, everyone would be like, "Oh, look at the passion, look at this." Because it's Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to find any little thing, try and banter you guys. But
100%. I remember there was a what's it called? A same thing a couple months ago. I don't know who we played, but someone was like, they've won, like, they've disqualified.
It's Wolves.
There you go, Ruben Neves, the spastic. Sorry, but that's honestly, like, he was just an absolute jarring gimp when he was talking about how we like tried to basically say, wait till you come to Wolves and then we'll see what happens then and we beat them. See you later, Ruben. Do you know what I mean? But look, as I say,
they're trying to take credit away from you. Like,
yeah, they're trying to take credit away from us. We're gelling as a team, and we're playing so well. And it's been the first time that I've actually enjoyed watching Arsenal play football in a very long time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't upset that we lost against Liverpool. Like, it is what it is. It's 2 mistakes. It happens. Do you know what I mean? But like, we're still playing fantastic football. Odegaard's a masterclass, absolute masterclass, running about forever. Like
they're just trying to banter you. Like, that's what they're doing. That's what the media are doing. They're trying to find,
we'll have to see.
As I said, the littlest thing possible, aren't they?
That's it. Yeah. But Amir, talking on the point of 3rd and 4th, Chelsea 2-1 win over Lille gets you through to the quarterfinals against Real Madrid. What do you think?
Yeah, no, good performance from 1-0 down. Showed character to come back and win that, even though I thought we were going to win it anyway. Pulisic with a good finish. We watched it together. Chavez and Dan. We were all right. I don't think we played amazing this game and the Middlesbrough game, but we got the job done. Like the Middlesbrough game, 2-0 in the first half. Like, job done, really.
Yeah.
United and Tottenham found it so hard to beat them.
You guys good. Chelsea were very impressive, I thought, against Middlesbrough. Like, they controlled the game, 2 early goals, and then I didn't even bother putting on the second half because, like,
Chelsea the deal. Exactly. Yeah.
Pointless. Yeah. That's how good Chelsea are.
Despite like everything that's going on, getting wins, grinding wins, going through in competitions, I think that's another semi-final now in the FA Cup and the quarterfinals in the Champions League. Tuchel's been in the final every single competition since he's joined us. That's incredible. If he carries on this run, if we're going to beat Palace, we got lucky with Palace, another FA Cup final. We need to try and win a domestic cup. And Real Madrid is going to be tough. That's a tough
It will
draw,
be tough.
I think.
They did lose 4-0 to Barca just now in the El Clasico, though. So
yeah, I don't know
the
if
heads
that
might
one
be
result,
rocked.
but maybe the Champions League is what they got. They are on the way. They beat PSG like that. That's going to be a tough game. We did beat them last year, and I think our team's better this year. So we'll see what happens. Maybe when that time comes, we'll see what happens there. But no, life's good as a Chelsea fan, isn't it?
There's nothing really you can complain about, is there?
You can't come. Obviously, we're trying to look for a new owner still. That's going ahead. I think if that gets sorted, and then the driving seat, we'll see what happens. And Lukaku scored.
Yeah. Back in business.
Yeah, no, attackers are scoring. Ziyech scored as well. Pulisic, we're doing good, I think. Yeah, I think the performance picked up of the attackers, so quite happy with that.
Nice. Yeah, but that kind of wraps up the whole match week that's just gone on. It seems to be a little bit of a booky kind of match week because obviously games are separated into like Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
There was 4 games this week, weren't there?
Yeah, so God knows what's going on with that, but it is what it is. So that wraps up this match week. We'll have to see what happens next week with all these predictions that we're about to do with Amir. Start us off.
You guys are not going to be happy with this because I got 3 correct scores this week.
What you get right?
So I got Brighton, Tottenham. I said 2-0. Liverpool, Arsenal 2-0, and I also said 1-0 Arsenal against Villa. That's put me in 35 points. I'm 6
the Arsenal
points
agenda.
ahead.
You see that, Amir? When you stop the Arsenal agenda.
I did say, and Dan's
no one
place.
else.
Dan was at the. Dan
no
got
one
one
else.
correct score as well. He got I think the Liverpool 1-2-0 as well. But yeah, 6 points ahead. I'm in the driver's seat unless you guys get some correct scores. So I reckon.
What's it looking like? Who's first, second, third, fourth, and all that?
So I'm first, obviously, as I said. Dan second. Chavez, Elliot, and then Chris the Derby's coming in 4 points. Trying to climb late cover, but we'll see what happens.
My first week trying to make predictions.
Straight in. Did any of Chris's come true? Because he was like the be-all and end-all of all predictions.
No,
the genie.
Don't put too much pressure on me.
Yeah, it's too much pressure. No correct scores, but he got 4 results right. So
no, there you go. Yeah, see, he knew it. Tell me.
I'm close.
That's a decent. It's coming there.
Whatever Chris says, it's happening.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of predicting for next, what we're going to do is we'll predict the Premier League games that will happen in a couple of weeks' time because they're sort of an awkward time. Kicking it off, United Leicester, Saturday 5:30 game. I'm just going to say.
Why are you upset about that? Just the way you said
so
that.
down.
The season's over, isn't
Leicester.
it? What is that to be happy about?
Well, what am I supposed to be happy about? What is this game? Leicester, who are shit. United, shit. The game doesn't matter for anyone. Leicester are probably the most mid-table club in the league. We'll win 2-0 and it won't matter. Fans will get happy. Yay, we beat Leicester. 2-0 to us.
I reckon 3-0. 3-0 United.
I'll say 2-1 United.
2-1 as well.
1-0 United.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like Atletico Madrid where?
Everyone's.
We've all put Man United, so they're not going to win now.
That's the masterclass with a 3-1.
Now we'll lose 1-0. Old Trafford.
He's getting in there again.
Okay, Watford.
Brendan Rodgers running down the tunnel, getting bottles thrown at him.
I'm just going to predict the Watford game before I actually name the team they're playing. They're going to lose 7-0. Who are they playing?
Okay, Man City.
Liverpool.
No, I'll go
wait, away.
Yeah,
Watford.
Liverpool. 6-0.
5-0.
I'll say 7.
No. 4-0 Liverpool.
I'll go 3-0. I'll be kind to Watford.
I love how we'll just say Watford have written off.
If it's below 4, I would genuinely be surprised.
What a result if it is. Chelsea, Brentford. It's a tough one.
Classic 1-0 win. Classic 1-0 Chelsea win.
4-0 Chelsea.
I got 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, 2-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea.
Cool. Then we've got on the Sunday Tottenham, Newcastle. Newcastle looking good now.
Oh, Newcastle are looking good, yeah. Ooh.
This is Sissoko derby, Chris.
I think a narrow win for us. I think we'll just get there. Maybe like 2-1.
2-1, yeah, I reckon 2-1 as well.
I'll say 3-1.
I don't think Tottenham can win 3 games in a row. I'm going to put 1 on.
It's not
in the DNA.
Fair enough.
Amir, you get what you say?
I said 2-0, I think.
Yeah. Palace Arsenal on the Monday. We'll be doing the podcast while this game's
3-1 Arsenal.
So the Palace are looking incredible. I'm just going to say I think Palace will destroy Arsenal.
I'll say 1-0.
4-0 Palace to Arsenal.
You say 4-0.
I'm a massive
I
fan
hope
of
Leicester
Palace right now.
smack you 5-0.
You're offended. But be offended at Palace, who are going to kill you in midfield.
They're
especially.
not.
I think
Oh,
London
close.
derby on a Monday night. I'm going to go for a 1-1, like Arsenal to drop some points.
Chris nicked my scoreline again.
I know.
Looking very sus there. I'm just copying him.
They're a tough
at
side,
first.
Palace. Palace is tough. I go 1-0 Arsenal. They like a good 1-0 these days as well, don't they?
All right, that's it. Yeah.
That's
That's
it,
it.
yeah.
Cool.
Just to end, United are going to get dicked by Leicester now.
He's so
All
upset.
right, yeah, you're just upset with me when you should be upset with
Yeah,
Vieira.
yeah,
and his incredible
yeah.
managing
4-0,
skills.
4-0
And
Palace.
Elise and Eze and all these Zaha, incredible
Yeah,
players.
all
that are
these
going to
B-Tech
destroy you.
Sakas and Martinellis. B-Techs.
You forgot Will Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
William J.
Hughes.
Hughes, he's
wish.
scoring.
Should he still be in the World Cup squad down or Euro
Yeah, he
squad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he should be.
Right, we've got a
As a
minute.
hero.
We've got a minute. Just want to shout out Gareth Southgate for ignoring a certain centre back who plays for AC Milan. He's incredible. He's better than every centre back that we have available, and he's still not
Except
in the
Ireland.
squad.
Except M1.
Mike
Yeah,
Dean.
and
Mike Dean's
an English
retiring.
striker at Roma as well.
Mike Dean. Let's have a little quick tribute to Mike Dean retiring.
Shout.
Thank fuck.
Yeah,
for
no.
that.
Let's
A
clap.
legend.
A clap for Harry. No, don't do them. Clap for Mike Dean.
No, what do you mean don't do it? The amount of damage that man has caused me throughout the years.
Damn it. He said damn it.
Let's clap that he's going. Let's clap that
Yeah,
he's
clap for
going.
him going. Yeah.
Say it like, nah.
Clap for him going.
If you reloaded one of these podcasts back in the day, I was slating that man off.
Still on now.
Good riddance.
Thank you for all the memories, Mike. Thank you for being so dramatic whenever you made a decision. I always remember that.
Celebrated with a Tottenham goal once, so I'll be sad to see him.
All right, boys. Yeah, well, that wraps it up. Another juicy episode as per usual from your host here at Top Tier Talk. We'll be back next week again, and maybe another follow-up video from a tier list again, because we love a little bit of a tier list. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and take care.